and welcome back to Mentally Yours, a podcast presented by Mahfouz by Simran. It's a space where we dive into the untold stories of the people that we meet. We will get to know about their triumphs, their challenges, and how mental health has helped them reach where they are today. If you are trying to get some insight, to get some motivation, or to simply build a connection, this podcast is going to be your partner in the road towards mental health. And today we have a very special guest on our podcast. ये इतने इंस्पायरिंग हैं और इतने करेजियस हैं. She has been a professor for more than 25 years. She is an architect and she took a very courageous step of taking an early retirement from a government job because she wanted to expand her experience, her knowledge. She is a mother. She has written a lot of articles in newspaper. She has written and translated a few books. She is currently teaching at NIFT Panchkula. She was also a director of a few architecture museums in Chandigarh. मैं थक जाऊंगी बोलते बोलते, लेकिन इनका इंट्रोडक्शन, इनकी अचीवमेंट्स खत्म नहीं होंगी. So let's get directly into it. Let's welcome Miss Deepika Gandhi.
Thank you so much for that introduction.
कैसे हो मैम आप?
I'm good.
How was your day? अच्छा, for all of you मैम अभी भी लेक्चर लेकर ही आ रहे हैं.
So I consciously, as you said, chose to take retirement. And after that, I consciously chose not to go to any architecture college because, my biggest fear is getting stagnant. Okay, and a government job does that splendidly. That was one reason I left. And also, I wanted to expand my horizons, as you said. So I chose to teach design, and which is, I think, the mother of all architecture, art, you name it. So I'm just coming back from the class over there. So I had a nice session over there with the students and a very different experience. So quite enjoying it now.
लवली लवली. तो मैम आपका ये जर्नी स्टार्ट कैसे हुआ इस प्रोफेशन में एंड यू टुक एन अर्ली रिटायरमेंट आल्सो. सो वाज इट कि आप एक टाइम के बाद थोड़ा थक गए थे उस करियर से बट यू आल्सो वांटेड टू गेट सम अदर एक्सपीरियंसेस इन डिफरेंट फील्ड्स? हाउ डिड इट स्टार्ट?
When I was in the architecture college, I came into architecture by choice. Very few people do. But I was, I think, hardly 14, 15 years old when I chose architecture. And I always had that image in my mind that I will be a practicing architect with my own practice and create buildings and all of that. But fate has a very different way of working out. So somehow my father, being an ex-army man, was very keen, oh, government job, class 1 officer and the whole, rutba of a gazetted officer. So he said, tum na teaching mein jao. And there's a government job over there. And I said, mera ka selection hoga, whatever. Went for the interview. Came out shocked because I told my husband, mera selection ho jayega. And I was like, why are you not happy? I was like, I don't want to be in a government job. I don't want to be a teacher, okay? Because no one thinks of being a teacher, especially me. I wanted to be a practicing architect or whatever. Khair, how it turned out, then I got selected as I had feared. But actually, I came out and I told him, shit, mera selection ho jayega, yaar. Be happy then, So whatever happened. So, but everything plays out, you only connect the dots backwards in your life. I started sort of enjoying teaching and I decided I will drop it in 3-4 years when my practice picks up and my husband is a practicing architect or whatever. But something or the other happened and I kept continuing or whatever. But I was always very restless. A government job can be very limiting. I loved teaching. I love architecture. I think it's one of the best fields. In fact, it should be compulsory. 2 years of army service, 2 years of architecture should be compulsory for everyone and you'll have the most well-rounded people ever. Okay, so I love teaching, but the whole environment is very stifling. There is no incentive for working hard. There is no punishment for working bad. So, in the end, it's all about pleasing your bosses and doing routine, mundane work or whatever. And plus, but the good thing for me was that during this time, I got on deputation. I was made in charge of the architecture museums in Chandigarh. At that time, they were literally dying.
So somehow the good work paid off.
Yeah. So 5-6 years, I was there in the museums. And was able to do a lot of work over there, work for heritage issues and revive the museums, literally breathe life into them or whatever. Unfortunately, again, how the government system works, you shouldn't work too hard, you shouldn't do well, because then you get pulled down. Okay, so anyway, but my long-term goal had always been to do something of my own, to explore other options. Life is too short. I was not looking forward to a easy, comfortable government job and then retirement and then taking a walk on Sukla Lake every day. I think you need to keep reinventing yourself. I am restless. I like to explore new things. So I had decided that no matter what the conditions, by the age of 50, I will start anew. Okay, so before my 50th birthday, I had actually retired. And so now I'm starting afresh, going into new areas, trying to explore new things. So that's how it happened.
Okay. First of all, you are. Have you turned 50 or you will be turning?
I turned 51 some days back.
Oh, congratulations. That's one milestone that you have covered. आप में इतनी एनर्जी कैसे? आप मुझे पहले ये बता दो. आप पूरी क्लास लेकर आए हो. उसके बाद you still have such enthusiasm and energy. उस पहले क्वेश्चन में भी I could feel this rush of energy towards me. I love it.
It's inherent, I think, like, and it's actually, like, see, again, what I feel, when you're doing things you love, you don't get tired.
And you're really excited to talk about it also, right?
To talk about it also, and generally, like, the class I took, in fact, I call myself happily engaged. I never say I'm busy, I'm occupied or whatever.
I love this word. I love this term.
I'm happily engaged. I'm happily, I don't have a minute, but I'm happily engaged. So no complaints, as long as you're doing what you like on your own terms and seeing good results, it doesn't drain you, it doesn't tire you out.
I mean, the way I see it, हम सबका, you said कि कोई भी टीचर बनने का नहीं सोचता, but I think it was your thought कि कोई भी नहीं सोचता, but I think सबकी वो एक बहुत बेसिक सोच होती है, टीचर, डॉक्टर, इंजीनियर टाइप्स. मेरा भी था, बिकॉज बचपन में हम सब यही तो करते थे, ब्लैक बोर्ड लेके और सब लिखते थे, बट यू वेंट ऑल द वे ऑपोजिट कि मुझे टीचर नहीं बनना है, एंड एट द एज ऑफ 14 यू न्यू. मतलब हाउ डिड दैट आइडिया स्टक कि मुझे I want to be an architect? How did that happen?
It happened as a compromise. I was always into art. I always thought of myself as an artist. I used to paint and sketch and do this and that or whatever. But हमारी generation में, especially in my family, या तो डॉक्टर बनो या इंजीनियर बनो, या दोनों बन सकते हो तो दोनों बन जाओ. तो 12th में मैंने सुपर इंजीनियरिंग करी है. मैंने मैथ्स भी किया, मैंने बायोलॉजी भी किया. Because my dad wanted me to be a doctor, I said I will not become a
Medical with maths.
हाँ. So I did the whole thing. Fortunately, unfortunately, whatever, my brother got into Roorkee University where he got put into architecture for some time. So he came back and he was very unhappy with architecture. He wanted to be a hardcore engineer. वो वैसा वाला था. He's in SpaceX right now. Okay, so you can guess. He wanted to be an engineer. And he was like, ये कोई engineering थोड़ा ना होती है architecture, like. तो I said, क्या करवाते हैं? तो he showed me his worksheets. It was all about sketching and scribbles. And मैंने कहा, this is your work? This is your assignment? He said, हाँ, ये.
I would love to do this all day.
What I want to do. So I asked my dad, मैंने कहा, you want me to do engineering? Architecture is engineering. Okay, so can I do that? He said, चलो कर लो. I was like, good compromise. Okay, so it was a good compromise between art and engineering. And I really feel it was a perfect choice for me.
Oh, I was about to ask. I mean, do you still find solace with your decision? Because
No. As I said, I am in love with architecture. I really, which is why I'm able to teach it so well, because you need to be passionate about what you're teaching. If you don't believe in it, how will I transfer it to you?
Absolutely.
So that's the whole point. So that really helped. I do have a regret that I could not design myself as much as I had thought, or as I wanted to, or as much as I know I'm capable of. But at least I was able to put that spark in my students and get them on that path and create that passion in them about architecture. So no regrets about that. No regrets.
Okay. So जैसे कि अभी आपने बताया कि you took an early retirement before 50 और you were also passionate about experiencing or getting knowledge about other fields of architect. तो आपने कैसे सोचा, कितना करेज लगा टू कन्विंस या फैमिली, या दे वर सपोर्टिव ऑफ दैट, और आपने एक बार सोचा नहीं कि लोग क्या कहेंगे कि एक तो गवर्नमेंट जॉब है, वो शी इज टेकिंग एन अर्ली रिटायरमेंट, हाउ वुड दैट वर्क आउट?
See, the only people I'm answerable to, or I felt answerable to, was, in fact, in this case, was my father, funnily. He, as I told you, had two things in mind. One, the prestige of being a class 1 officer, gazetted officer. And secondly, financial security. So, when I got selected, we were the last people to get a pension. He made me promise, you will complete 20 years till your job doesn't get pensionable, and then you can quit. So I said, okay, ek saal aur lo. I completed 21 years, and then I said, with your blessings, now can I leave? Now you can leave. So,
okay.
I said, okay. And as for, you see, but I will also say, you keep saying I was courageous. I would say I was lucky. I was fortunate that our finances were in a place, my family was in a place that I could think of doing that. There are many people who are equally stuck, but their circumstances will not allow them. I could be the single earning member in my family. How do I leave my job? So it was courage, of course, courage, because, the easiest thing to do is just paddle along in a government job. I'll tell you very frankly. And teaching is actually one of the easier government jobs. बाकी जॉब्स में बहुत अकाउंटेबिलिटी सब कुछ होता है. टीचिंग इज ईजियर, इट्स मोर फन. कभी फेस्टिवल हो रहा है, कभी कुछ हो रहा है. ऑफ कोर्स अ लॉट ऑफ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, डिपेंड्स ऑन हाउ यू टेक इट. बट आई वाज lucky also. I think, you know, like as I said, na, fortune favors the brave. So the right circumstances were also there, and also I had something else to look forward to, something else to do. Most people, my you know, my colleagues would say, "अरे क्या बेवकूफी कर रहे हो, मत छोड़ो मत छोड़ो." But when I was actually leaving, they were all, I could see it in their eyes कि, you know, wish we could also leave. But they were कि हम करेंगे क्या? We have no other skill set. We don't know what else to do. So a pension is enough to cover your costs, but what do you do with your life? What do you do with your time? I, on the other, had hundreds of ideas, you know, कि ये भी करना है, ये भी करना है, ये भी करना है. So I was maybe better prepared for this.
So I worked at a school और वहाँ पर ना I was there for 2 years और वो 2 साल के बाद भी when I had to leave because I wanted to start something of my own, that also took courage. Only for 2 years. उसमें भी मुझे इतना सोचने के लिए टाइम लगा कि do I really want to like leave a secure job आगे के लिए, ये सब चीज़ें. और जो वहाँ पे पहले से टीचर्स थे ना, वो सेटल हो चुके थे वहाँ पे. They had no plans of leaving. And I can imagine कितना मतलब you would be so passionate about something कि आपने इतने टाइम के बाद leaving something, मतलब 2 साल के बाद there was some emotional connection also. Future का भी थोड़ा होता है obviously, but then like a position जहाँ पर आप हो ऑलरेडी, उसको छोड़ के जाना, बिल्डिंग समथिंग अगेन फ्रॉम स्क्रैच. तो वो सब हाउ डिड यू मैनेज ऑल ऑफ दैट?
As I said, you need to have both the things. You need to have motivation to leave and a motivation to go somewhere else. If I'm going from point A to point B, I need to know कि मुझे point B पे जाना है और point A को छोड़ना है, और ये क्यों छोड़ना है और वो वहाँ पे क्यों जाना है, kind of thing. And of course, I said the right circumstances need to come along. And also, you know, people, especially in India, we literally take retirement at the age of 50. मतलब then we're just looking forward. दिन पास कर रहे हैं, दिन पास कर रहे हैं, एक दिन निकल गया, चलो जी दिहाड़ी complete हो गया आज की. Like, God has given you a life. Be grateful. Every day you wake up, people are struggling in hospitals for one more day. And what are you doing with your one day? So for me, the thought of wasting my time and my energy, like I really believe the biggest flex in life is to have control over your energy and your time. If any other idiot can control it, or if you are giving it in someone's hand and they can misuse it or take you away from your own true calling or from your path and manipulate you and control you, then you should get out of that if you can. And government job se bada afeem kuch nahi hai.
True.
I have seen, because as I said, it does not reward you for working very hard, does not punish you for not working. So where is the incentive? चाहे मैं बिल्कुल दिल लगा के पढ़ाई कराऊं या मैं क्लास में आऊं ही ना, पहली तारीख को मेरी तनख्वाह आ जाएगी, मेरा प्रमोशन 15 साल बाद हो जाएगा. उससे बड़ा कॉम्प्लेसेंट करने के लिए इंसान को और क्या चाहिए? एंड देन वी वंडर व्हाट्स हैपनिंग टू आवर कॉलेजेस, व्हाट्स हैपनिंग टू द पीपल इन द गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स. देयर इज नो अकाउंटेबिलिटी यूजुअली. एंड आई अंडरस्टैंड मेनी पीपल कुड नॉट, बट यही तो मजा है गवर्नमेंट जॉब का. नहीं, गवर्नमेंट जॉब का पर जिंदगी का नहीं है. I did not equate my life with a government job. I mean, it went against everything, you know. So for me, it was not the right fit. Yeah.
I mean, your words are pure gold. मुझे एकदम से ना ऐसे my day was okay. ऐसा कुछ specific नहीं हुआ. But then I was like, yeah, okay, I'm working. I'm grateful for what I'm doing. But then अभी जो वो इस moment मुझे realize हुआ ना that, you know, like the way you said कि हर दिन इतना important, you should be really grateful that you are doing something that you love. It really hit me, and I think, of course, why not? Why not be grateful for something that you are doing, and that too, that's something that you love to do, of course. But I have another question. जैसे when I was about to leave my job, my parents were like, you know, this is a secure job. You would rather, you know, spend some more time here instead of starting something of your own. You would want to settle after a few years. So how will you manage at this age? I'm 25. तब भी उनका ये था कि डू यू थिंक मतलब हो जाएगा, एंड एट 50 यू डिड दिस. आई मीन अमेजिंग. कैसे वो आया नहीं कभी कि at 50 I'm doing this?
It didn't happen suddenly. As I said, it was brewing for a long time, and I think it's something to do with the energy level you were talking about. I don't feel 50. You know, like I still feel you know, like, you know what? On the other hand, at 50 it's more urgent to get out of a rut, because you know what happened, ironically, हमारी retirement age थी 58. Then we come under central government, हमारी retirement age आती है 65. So I had 15 years of service ahead. Okay, and अरे 7 पे कमीशन भी आ रही है, ये भी हो रहा है, वो भी हो रहा है. अरे तो क्या हो गया, जिंदगी तो मेरी है ना. Like people, I wish I could wake people up, like wake up, time is flying by, like, and there is so much to do, there is so much you should be doing. And I'm not saying you can't do anything in a government job, I'm not saying that. People are doing a lot, accomplishing a lot, writing books, doing research, contributing a lot. I'm not just putting all government workers under one bracket. I'm saying there are other things beyond that. Even if in a government job you want to reinvent yourself, you want to go for a deputation, you want to try new things, do that. I think most people just give up too early. They give up on their dreams, they give up on their passions, and they give up on their talents. I mean, I think I read somewhere that the biggest burden is talent. The burden for you was your talent, because you were teaching kids, but you knew you had this in you. So would you, if I gave you 1 lakh a day to do nothing or to do something you don't like, versus 10,000 doing something you love, which one would you choose?
Obviously something that I love to do, because I have been in both the positions, and now that I've realized that I would rather be earning less, but I want my soul to be satisfied.
Because ultimately that is what matters. That is what matters. Like in the long run, that's all that matters.
But like the dilemma also, I'm just, I mean, what you're saying absolutely makes sense. क्योंकि government job में यही होता है. I think you are the first person who is saying कि 65 हो गई age तो बहुत tension हो गई कि 15 साल और. This is crazy.
No, at least at my age, you also realize that your energy is finite. If I start something now, I will have enough energy to see it through. If I would have tried to start at 55 or 60, I mean, then you're like, अरे छोड़ो यार, अब क्या करना है, kind of thing. So,
do you think that because you were exposed to a lot of opportunities, you took this decision? Because if I were to say this to my mother, she'll be turning 50. अगर मैं उनको बोलूँ कि why not start something of your own, तो वो बोलेंगी कि at this age, इस time, या if I ask her to experiment with her clothing, she would be like, it does not look.
Me, this is the best time. As a woman, I think I also stayed in the government job because it helped me to raise my kids well, to devote time to my family, to my parents, to my in-laws, to my children. Now they're grown. Son is in college, daughter is in 11th. And I took a very strategic decision that by the time she leaves for college, I should not be left alone at home twiddling my thumbs, okay? So by that time, I'll just lay the course for my whatever I want to do ventures. And when she's gone to college, I can then full steam go ahead with that. So that prep time that you take and that emptiness syndrome. So I planned it like that. People don't plan their lives, I realized. Okay, they plan their day, but they don't plan their lives. So I planned it like that. So in that way, I was engaged. I was happily engaged, as I said, in a government job. I was earning enough to justify what I was doing. But like what you're telling about your mother, you need to have a vision for something you want to create in the future. Energy comes from that vision. If you have nothing to look forward to, you will have no energy.
But do you think like being a homemaker and then being up front in front of children who are enthusiastic themselves, does it like make a difference in how you look at your future endeavors, or how do you want to like pursue something that you are really passionate about? Like my mother would be passionate about something, but she has given up too soon for the kids, for the family. She has given all in, right? So do you think this makes a difference, like being a homemaker or being in a profession?
It definitely does. Like I used to joke about it. Like people used to say when I was in the museum, especially, so I used to get offers to go travel here and there, go for a lecture there, and यहाँ पे बुला रहे हैं, वहाँ पे बुला रहे हैं, whatever. And I never used to go. कि नहीं, my kids. I was one of those people who feel कि मम्मी के बिना बच्चों का कुछ नहीं हो सकता, ठीक है? I was a very hands-on mother. कभी tuition नहीं कराया, खुद पढ़ाया, सब कुछ किया, whatever. Always with them, if they're playing tennis or whatever. So I was able to find time for that, and I was very involved in them. So I used to say, there is a glass ceiling, and now there's a glass ceiling I have put on my own head. Like I have deliberately put myself like in a kind of a box, because right now my priority is this. So this decision to leave at this stage was because now I know I have time and the energy. My daughter, if I spend 2 hours with her, she's like, woman, enough. मेरी social battery खत्म हो गई है, okay? So now they don't really need me that much. So I think, but as a homemaker, you even forget what you were. Exactly. What were my talents? What did I like doing? What am I passionate about? So you'll find one odd instance of someone who went into bakery or who went into fabric design or something like that. But otherwise, women lose their identity so fast, and they don't even remember what they were good at, what excited them, or even if the confidence level really, they can't think of themselves as individuals.
Exactly.
That's the tragedy that happens, you know.
I mean, this is the reason because as I have turned 25, the pressure of getting married, not from my family side, but from relatives, acquaintances, तो वो ना मैंने I have accepted कि if you get married, तो आपके dreams compromise होंगे. So right now, marriage is a big no for me. So when I talk to strong women who have taken decisions into their own hands, तो मुझे लगता है कि do you think they have also compromised? Do you think you have also compromised, or do you have like some guilts still left? Ki,
Okay.
I mean, you took a very wise decision of you gave your family enough time, and then you very well planned it. But do you think things would have been different if your like? I mean, I'm not saying anything negative about your family. They would have supported you in the best possible way. But what if the other side?
When I was in college, as I told you, I always had this thinking, oh, I'll be a practicing architect or whatever. And I did not believe in marriages, relationships. The most unromantic person ever, okay? Like Valentine's Day पे जो लोग होते हैं ना जो कमरा बंद करके बैठे थे क्या बकवास कर रहे हो तुम लोग kind of a person. I will not get married. Even if I do get married, I will get married at 27, 28, and you know that to just like looking at ki how good it is. So my husband happens to be my classmate. वो पढ़ा रहा पीछे पढ़ा रहा है, and I was like नहीं 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 kind of thing, ठीक है? Whatever. So I used to tell my friends I will not get married, and everyone had that image of me. That she will of course not get married. She will have her own practice. You know, college maybe like the most jalla dressed person and always into studies and nerd kind of a person, kind of a thing or whatever. Fun, but nerdy. And as luck would have it, मैं actually मैं अगर मैं रोना चाहूँ बहुत चीजें हैं रोने के लिए in the sense कि life did not pan out as I planned at all. I got married when I was 24.
Don't tell me.
Because I told my father कि okay there's this boy and you know like whatever अभी शादी करो. I graduated in July and by next February I was married. To him only, of course, thankfully. Okay. So I was married at 24 and all my classmates, they couldn't stop laughing. और बता कैसा चल रहा है तेरा, हाँ और बता कैसा चल रहा है. Got married at 24 and suddenly पूरे घर की responsibility, you know, like you're running a whole.
Exactly that.
Okay, and it helps a little because your husband is your classmate and we were not staying in a joint family. We both were living separately somewhere in Delhi. So it did help a little, but we had to start from scratch. One intelligent thing I did was went to the doctor. What is the latest time by which I can have kids? She said 30. I said, okay, 30 it is. So, बहुत pressure pada, whatever. But during those 6 years, we built, because we had to build up practice. We were earning nothing. At that time, architecture did not pay at all. Started from a LIG flat. Okay, bilkul lowest of the low kind of a thing. Built our way a little forward. Of course, planned things well. Had my son when I was 30, actually 30, okay? Then my daughter or whatever. So things did pan out. I mean, again, as I'm saying, if I actually look back, nothing turned out the way I had planned when I was in college. But on the other hand, it didn't turn out bad. So maybe when we try to control things too much, and God has some other plans and some other things for you, some other visions for you, and I was कि मैं तो masters करूँगी, मैं बाहर जाऊँगी, मैं ये करूँगी, वो करूँगी, कुछ भी नहीं हो पाया, like struggling to set up a practice or whatever. And but still, I think if you ask me, I would say, oh, I've had a very good life. I mean, although nothing panned out as I had planned.
Destiny played its role, but you also like held everything
like
very
if life gives
tightly.
you lemon, make lemonade. So I made a lot of lemonade.
Yeah, for me, I would say squeeze it in a drink or something, because this is what's trending these days. ठीक है. So, अच्छा, you have this very modern perception, I would say, you know, not limiting yourself and then experimenting as much as you can. But at the same time, you were also responsible of managing the heritage, the culture of Chandigarh. So how does this contrasting behavior, turned out? You were supposed to manage a lot of things that were, historical. Did you try to like change it, or did you try to preserve it the way it is? Because, we happen to reflect our behavior into things that we do. So how did that unfold?
Okay. To start with, see, I'm wearing a sari. I could have been wearing a pantsuit. I wear that also. what I'm trying to say is कि you don't have to let go of the past to go towards the future. Okay, so and Chandigarh to वैसे भी ironically Chandigarh की जो heritage it is not like some dated kind of a heritage, it's modern heritage.
Yes.
The lessons are so powerful. So initially I'll admit I was never a big fan of Corbusier during my, I mean ये देखना पक्का snip होके आएगा कहीं पे, ठीक है? I was always, there's another architect, Frank Lloyd Wright, worked till the ripe old age of 92, has done some amazing buildings or whatever. He was my like only inspiration kind of a thing. The value of Chandigarh, the role of Corbusier, his thoughts, I started going into deeper when I got the charge of the museums, because it became a job then that I had to know my subject material. If I am not convinced, how do I convince you?
Exactly.
So that's when I started going into that. And as I'm saying, there is no contradiction. Like we're sitting over here, you're wearing a suit, I'm wearing a sari, but we're talking in English, we're talking about modern things, we're talking about advancement, we're talking about mental health. Women never used to talk about these issues, okay? And I'm not home cooking dinner right now, you're not getting married right now, okay? But we are still wearing traditional clothes. So there's no, they're not antonyms. Heritage and modernism or whatever, they're not antonyms. They all go together. And what better than the Indian society right now? We have such a good blend of everything coming together. So I think it blends very.
This is beautiful. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
So I've seen a few pictures of you working with children who are cancer positive. So does it? I have also seen some pictures where you were cleaning a few parks of Chandigarh, few areas of Chandigarh. So does it come from a part where you have seen the heart and soul of Chandigarh through its museums, and now you want to clean it up? And for in aspect of children, I would say because you have worked with children, so does it come from there?
Chandigarh, I'll tell you very strangely. I was, I think, destined to come over here. I had no idea there was an architecture college in Chandigarh, and I found a form left by someone in my class who did not want to come to Chandigarh, and it was the last day. I had no idea कि Chandigarh में architecture college है. And I said कि मैं ले लूँ, हाँ ले ले यार, इसको फेंक दे, you know, like कि मुझे नहीं करना, मुझे नहीं भरना. और तब हमारा ना पुराना जमाना होता था कि हम फॉर्म भर के एनवेलप में डाल के टिकट लगा के भेजते थे. फिर 2 हफ्ते बाद एक एंट्रेंस का कार्ड आता था कि हाँ तुम एग्जाम दे सकते हो whatever. But I think as I'm saying destiny, I had to come here, and I belong to Delhi at that time. My parents were in Delhi. Now Delhi से चंडीगढ़ बहुत कम लोग आते हैं because at that time terrorism was there. My parents agreed to send me because my father said वहाँ तो 7 बजे सब बंद हो जाता है. My mother was very happy. अरे हाँ भेज
इससे safe तो कुछ है नहीं.
सब बंद हो जाता है, हाँ सब बंद हो जाता है, चलो भेजो वहाँ पे भेजो, ठीक है, वरना they might have not sent me. So I come here, and within 2 weeks, I think, maybe before that, I literally fell in love with Chandigarh. And I somehow was कि मैंने तो यहीं पे रहना है, मैंने दिल्ली वापस जाना ही नहीं. I used to hate the visual clutter and the chaos. अब बहुत ही खराब हो गया, तब भी मेरे को बहुत पसंद नहीं था. और तब चंडीगढ़ बहुत different था. It was like actually open roads and green areas and the lake and this and that or whatever. So for me, my love for Chandigarh is not intellectual or like academic, or as because I'm an architect. No, it's a very spiritual, a very deep connection. As if, you know, like I joke about it कि मुझे तो लगता है कि मैं पहले यहाँ आई हुई हूँ. मैं ना अपनी फ्रेंड्स को बोलती थी, मुझे लगता है मैं यहाँ पहले आई हुई हूँ. मैं ना अपना पास्ट लाइफ रिग्रेशन कराऊंगी एक बार, पक्का निकलेगा कि तुम यहीं से कहीं से निकले थे. So I think it was like coming back home, and I told my parents कि I think I'll settle there only. Although my entire family lives in Delhi, and as luck would have it, my husband also, he belongs to Haridwar. He also likes Chandigarh, so we both decided to come back to Chandigarh. So we stayed in Chandigarh, I think, since 1992 I've been here, except for a small break somewhere.
My story is pretty similar too. I have born and brought up in Gurgaon. Then my parents wanted to send me to college. I got admitted in DU, but one fine day they decided that nahi, DU is not safe. They sent me here. I've been here for almost 8 years now. My family has also shifted here because, you know, same deep-rooted connection somehow with Chandigarh. So what is it about Chandigarh? I would really love to know, like, a different fact, a unique fact about Chandigarh's architecture that we don't know about it, maybe.
There are hundreds of them. सबसे पहला जो लोगों को एक वो है ना doubt भी क्या, biggest criticism कि Chandigarh was designed by Corbusier, it's a foreign city or whatever. The biggest myth I keep trying to sort of get out of the way is it's very much an Indian city. It was conceived by Indians. It was envisioned by Indians. People assume that it's a European city designed by a European architect who just came here, saw and just did what he wanted to do. But the thing is that Punjabi में ना एक term होती है चढ़दी कला, which I really fell in love with when I found out that concept or whatever, to be like brave in the face of adversity. And there was no greater adversity than the partition. And you know, like we got freedom and everything, but for Punjab it was a sledgehammer. Okay, like Athai, Punjab took the full brunt of the entire thing. Now imagine in that situation. Now Kabuza did not come and say, "Ki, let me make a city for you." We were the ones who went to him. But imagine that mental space. Okay, imagine the people at that time. The Punjab government, Lahore चला गया, नया capital चाहिए, हर एक को नया capital चाहिए. But आपका अभी partition हुआ, आपके पास पैसे भी नहीं है, resources भी नहीं है. But you take this really, you know, दबंग kind of decision कि हम तो एक नया शहर बनाएंगे और ऐसा वैसा refugee settlement नहीं बनाएंगे. हम एक modern शहर बनाएंगे एंड जो दुनिया के अच्छे अच्छे शहरों को टक्कर दे. वो विल जो थी वो इंडियंस की थी. कबूजर को तो जैसे एक ब्रीफ दिया गया ना. इट्स लाइक एन आर्किटेक्ट इज ओनली हायर टू डू अ प्रोजेक्ट व्हिच यू हैव कंसीव्ड इन योर माइंड. Who conceived it? The Indians conceived it. Who financed it? The Indians financed it. Who had that vision? The Indians had that vision. He just came here and gave us what we asked him. He went beyond, of course, and he gave us a very beautiful city. But just the vision to have a new city, and that to a modern one, complete with everything. कि lake भी होगा, university भी होगी, club भी होगा, no holds barred, but all within a budget, all within the technology that we have. People don't appreciate that enough. So that Chardi Kala ka example, if you ask me, that true Punjabi spirit, don't give up, go ahead with full force, with faith in God, that things will turn out. Chandigarh is one of the best examples of that.
I think somebody who would have been at that time would have actually called it a stupid decision otherwise. कि इतना सब कुछ हो रहा है and you're, you know, thinking of creating a new city altogether.
Yeah.
But then it turned out so good.
Yeah. It is the same thing. Just when I was going to retire, I had the same thing. कि are you being brave or are you being foolish? So you know, there's a very thin line. Let me tell you. My brother works at SpaceX. तो वो यही कहता है कि एलन मस्क को ना कोई डिकोड नहीं कर पाया है कि वो किस साइड पे जा सकता है. नो लाइक ही इज वॉकिंग अ वेरी थिन लाइन. सो आई थिंक मोस्ट ग्रेट थिंग्स हैपन व्हेन यू आर वॉकिंग ऑन दैट थिन लाइन बिटवीन ल्यूनेसी कि ओ यार ये होगा कि नहीं होगा और ओ नहीं अगर हो गया तो क्या होगा काइंड ऑफ थिंग. सो दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. इट वाज एक्चुअली अ big act of, but they were not foolhardy. There's one thing to just blunder into something. Fatehpur Sikri is an example. ना पानी है ना कुछ है, पर अकबर ने बोला 20 साल लगा के एक शहर बनाओ, बना दिया. No, Chandigarh was, that's what I'm saying. How did the Indian sensibility come in? Everything. साइट कैसी होगी, पानी कहाँ से आएगा, बिजली कहाँ से आएगी, सीमेंट कहाँ से आएगा, ईंट कहाँ से आएगी. अरे पूरा शहर बनाना है. And if you go into the archives, if you go into the museums, if you see the letters that are displayed in the architecture museum, it will fill you with so much of pride and so much of, you know, like, oh my God, these people were visionaries. And the sad thing is we don't even know their names. We only know Kabuzer. I mean, of course, he was there, but the Indian team, the Indian chief engineers, the Indian bureaucrats, we don't even know them, and we should.
Definitely. I mean, this is where we are lagging as Indians. Why modernization को इतना adapt कर लिया that we don't even recognize or appreciate the people who were there in the back end also. Amazing. So, जैसे you have worked in a college also for so many years, and we are mentioning mental health again and again. So, do you think, have you ever experienced ragging here in Chandigarh? Since you were a new teacher, you joined when you had just completed your graduation. Did you also feel that you were not comfortable enough to fit in with the middle-aged teachers or teachers who were, you know, really experienced? So have you ever experienced, you know, ragging or not able to fit in as a teacher, or have you seen it happening with the children?
सबसे पहले तो my own experience of ragging when I came to the hostel, बहुत ragging होती थी तब तो. Like, but you know, funnily we were in a batch where the sometimes it used to be cruel also. Sometimes it used to be like very tiring. वो रात को 12-3 बजे तक, वो 12 से 3 का शो बोलते थे. तो कोई स्किट बना के लाओ, कोई डांस करो, कुछ करो, whatever. But you know, by and large, when I listened to my seniors' stories, ours was more fun. It was, you know, actually like not so intimidating, not so insulting, not so scary as our seniors used to tell us. Maybe we had good seniors or whatever, and we were a very funny batch in any case. So we used to entertain them more. तो हमारे seniors को. But you know what happened? The resilience it gave us, the bonding it gave. Hostelers की जो bonding होती है ना, वो एक epic level की होती है, और वो पूरी life रहती है. Because you know, I'll tell you very frankly, it's only the people with whom you've seen the worst of the times that you will be bonded the most. People with whom you've just had fun times and good times, you will be okay with them, but you have not seen fear together. You have not slept like 5 people on one bed. एक कमरे को बंद करके सारे के कुंडी लगा के बैठोगे, अब नॉक पड़ेगा, अब आना पड़ेगा. And also assignments, submissions, heartbreaks, all these things, emotional problems. In hostel, you get really close. So ragging, funnily, and also the seniors who ragged us the most also became our biggest friends and mentors later on. हमारे आर्किटेक्चर में क्या होता है, रैगिंग दो तरीके की होती है. एक तो होती है कि वो बाकी वाला काम, एक होता है काम करवाने वाली रैगिंग, टीडियस, यू नो, डोंकी लेबर वाला काम, लाइंस लगा के लाओ, हाँ, सबमिशन बना के लाओ, व्हाटएवर जो भी है, काइंड ऑफ थिंग. ठीक है. सो बट फॉर मी दैट बिकेम अ वेरी गुड प्लेटफॉर्म टू learn more, to do more. And for example, in second year, if you're doing the submission of a like of a senior who's in final year, you're learning that. आप वो सीख रहे हो, आप वो काम सीख रहे हो. तो हमारे एक कॉलेज में टर्म थी हाथ खोलना. rather than experimenting on your own work, तुम किसी और की शीट पे हाथ खोल रहे हो, because skill based thing है. So I'm making mistakes at your expense. So I'm learning from you. I'm working for you, but I'm also learning. So that's another way of looking at it. So I saw that. When I joined the college, the most amazing thing happened because all my colleagues were my former teachers. Except for 3 of them, 4 of us joined together. उनके अलावा बाकी सब teachers मेरे teachers थे. So I was always sir, and I was always a junior teacher kind of thing or whatever. And so that was a little odd because they were my colleagues. So even if they were saying something wrong in the class, I could not correct them. कि नहीं sir, ये ठीक नहीं है, ऐसे नहीं होता, kind of thing. And a lot of ego issues also कि नहीं तुम ऐसे मत करो. But overall it was never negative, it was never bad. And again, I think it's about how you fit in and how you make your own space. Even in the hostel, मेरे को hostel का charge मिल गया, तो जिन लोगों से मैं डरती थी, hostel warden, फिर वो मेरे से डर रहे थे क्योंकि अब मैं उनकी बॉस थी. Because वो मेरे को मैडम करे, मैं उनको मैडम कर रही हूँ. तो I was like, मैडम ये कर रहे थे, नहीं मैडम आप नहीं, आप मेरे को मैडम मत बोलो, नहीं आप मेरे को मत बोलो. तो it happened, yeah.
ठीक है. So you have this very high energy, but at the same time your field requires a lot of patience with, you know, sketching. बहुत nitty-gritties हैं उसमें, proper intricate work है. So do you think your work has given you some kind of patience or helped you, you know, build resilience? As you said, like the journey also was helpful, but this requires a lot of, you know, calm, a lot of patience. So how do you manage both the energies together with your work?
Yin and yang. One without the other is not possible. Till you don't have a place of stillness in you, till you are not calm inside, you cannot be. I think depressed people are restless people actually. Calm people are able to find the joy in everything. I think you're able to look at things in a rational manner. You don't get bogged down by the minor irritants in life कि अरे traffic था, ये हो गया, वो हो गया, whatever. On the contrary, I feel people misinterpret it. You know, like, of course, there's another extreme of people who are always jumping around and full of beans and they're again very depressed. But again, you know what, when you that state of flow, which is why it's important to do what you love. Because then that calm will come automatically. You will not believe it. अभी मैं घर जाके क्या करूँगी? I will go, I'll look up my daughter, then I'll go and sit in front of my laptop. My laptop is my cave, जिसमें मैं साधना करती हूँ. In the sense, it is my calm space. You know, I like Kabuzir का एक quote था, when I work, I relax. It is very true for me. So when I'm working, like today also, अभी मैं 3-4 घंटे सुबह लगा के just on my laptop, finished some article, did this and that or whatever. It's very important to do what you love because that centers you. And that's when you calm down. For me especially, work is something which engrosses me and which centers me. And without it, you're totally lost.
Wow. I mean, to be able to do so many things. जैसे अभी, so we were talking during the break and you were telling me कि you know you got married at an early age, then you had a lot of responsibilities also. Do you think as a woman it's very difficult to navigate your career throughout your life with all of this happening? I mean, again, women mental health is something that is not talked about so much. Okay, you must be going through menstruation, you must be going through a lot perimenopause, and then a lot of hormonal changes also happening, but then you have to keep that going along with all the responsibilities that you have, all the work that you have. How did you navigate through all of this? I mean, raising up children, then there's postpartum depression that we don't talk about at all.
We just talked about it in the class today, in my NIFT class. So I was making them design a service or a product. That's their assignment. So this girl comes ki I want to do something for postpartum depression. मेरी sister को हुआ कुछ नहीं हुआ. मैंने कहा how do we design a product for that? We kept brainstorming क्या करें. Then I said at least if we can make the experience of feeding a baby less stressful. Like I used to hate getting up at night, you know, and whatever. So you're right. I mean, if men were going through this whole horrible cycle every month, I tell people, बच्चे ना फैक्ट्री में पैदा हो रहे थे. स्पेसिफिकेशंस भेजते तुम जी लड़का चाहिए इन आंखों वाला एंड ऐसे वाला, फैक्ट्री में बच्चा पैदा होकर आया था. Men would not go through this shitty cycle every month, and then of course what's happening right now and whatever. But चलो अब जो है वो है kind of thing. You have to,
I mean, not being sexist, but like, how does it feel being a woman and navigating through all of this with so much happening with your body, inside your body, emotionally, hormones ke hisab se, and then managing the family also, your career also? This takes a lot of courage. I mean, women who are working, who have worked throughout their life, this takes so much courage. How do you like go through this?
अच्छा एक तो ना I'd like to clarify. People, I mean, I'm again, it's a very fashionable thing. Men also go through their own stresses.
Of course.
Men also have responsibilities women will not understand. You know, like I can somehow figure out how it feels to be the man of the house all the time.
Exactly.
Okay,
Like
and how to be
responsible
responsible all the time. You know that men also face a lot. Men also go through shitty jobs. Men also have horrible bosses. They also navigate traffic. They also need to get things. So of course that is there, but they have someone to pamper them when they come back home. Women, on the other hand, go through all of that and they have to pamper other people now to get rid of the guilt of doing what they were doing in the morning. Okay? So, पूरा दिन तुम काम करके आते हो. So, for example, I would get totally drained in college. As you're saying, the energy level is not, it doesn't stay high all the time. The moment I would come home, I would make myself a really strong coffee. Okay? Take 5 minutes off. Okay? And then go to my kids. And as I said, I've been a total hands-on mother. कभी tuition नहीं कराया, कभी कुछ नहीं कराया उनका, whatever. खुद पढ़ाया उनको, because that's the time you need to bond with them or whatever. And of course, you need to become aware of your mood swings, of your patterns, and work with your body, not work against your body. So you have to understand your patterns. Okay, during these times, I will be more emotional. Everything will seem bad. I will want to divorce my husband. I will want to run away from my house. But in 5 days, I'll be okay. Okay? So you have to keep reminding yourself that. Okay. The only way is to accept it. Ki I will be bitchy right now. I will be, everything will put me on the edge. Believe me, it works very beautifully. The moment you accept it, na, ki ye to hoga. And I've taught my daughter that. Since she was 13, I taught her, your mood swings are no one's responsibility. You have to handle them yourself. You have to be emotionally strong enough to take them yourself. Not become a horrible person just because of this, and learn to regulate it. Learn to regulate, because there's no other way. और क्या है? तो I think मेरा तो life में ये मंत्र रहा है, if you can't change it, then adapt to it and accept it and do the best you can do with it, not against it.
Absolutely right. So moving on, we have a fun rapid fire, mental health rapid fire round, okay? So I'll be asking you some questions. You have to answer it like very quickly, okay? Okay. Are you ready?
I hope so.
Okay. So if buildings could talk, what do you think your favorite project would say about you?
My project, come and find peace.
Oh, that is very zen-like. Okay, you have worn many hats: professor, architect, museum director. If you had to create a blueprint for the perfect career, what would it look like?
For myself,
Yes.
museum.
Oh, so you're more
I
inclined.
think it was my ikigai. I was able to put everything together. All, you have many parts to your personality that did it the best.
Okay. Okay. When you think about your career journey, what has surprised you the most about yourself along the way?
My resilience and how quickly I can adapt to new situations.
Okay. So if you were to choose like staying in a city or moving to like a hill station or a remote island, what would you
City.
choose? City?
City girl.
Okay, Delhi or Chandigarh?
Chandigarh.
Of course, I knew the answer, but some people have Delhi in their heart. They can't let go of that. Okay. If you could redesign any famous landmark in a way that reflects your personal style, which one would you choose and what would you change about it?
The new Rashtrapati Bhavan building.
What would you change about it?
It could have been more, ironically, Indian yet progressive. We have some very good examples of that.
Okay, got it. Okay, architecture is a mix of science and art, as you said. When you need a break from structure, what's your go-to creative outlet?
Sketching, doodling, I do some art kind of thing.
Okay, okay. So, do you find art more cathartic, or specifically doing architecture, drawing that, or you have some other way?
Architecture is more fulfilling and more satisfying.
Okay, okay. Do you have a favorite architect's nightmare story? A time when something went hilariously wrong on a project?
Yeah, I think the story goes that the Taj Hotel was built the other way around. The architect had planned it to be sea facing. Sea facing. I think that's one story. I hope it's true. I hope I've got the project right. But there was one building which was built the other way around, and they say that the architect committed suicide. I don't know whether it's true, but that's a myth that goes around.
Okay. If you could pick one person, living or dead, to co-design a building with you, who would it be and why?
It would be Pierre Genre, who designed much of Chandigarh. Ironically, again, fate. Even in college, I was more enamored by Genre, whom no one knew about at that time, than Corbusier, because Corbusier is like Picasso of architects kind of thing. And Genre's work I could relate to, and there was very little information about him. And what are the odds that God says, "Acha, itna pasand hai na, to tum hi banao iska museum." So I get handpicked to restore his house, to go into the minutest of details about his life, and to make a museum dedicated to him. So I think that's full circle.
Full circle. Lovely, lovely. Okay. One last question. Mental health awareness has come a long way, but if you could change one thing about how we talk about it, what would it be?
I would stop using the word trauma. I have trauma.
Depression.
Everything has become a trauma. I wish it was not so fashionable to say I have mental health issues when I'm just facing normal life.
Yeah, I have OCD like that, I mean, this is what I have seen with school children also. They would so randomly use the word depressed that I specifically conducted a session on when to use the word depression and what does it really mean.
Yeah.
So, very nicely said. So, we have a ritual at the end. We always give something to our guests. So, I've got this for you. If you could open it right now. No, please go ahead.
Looks like a book.
Yes.
Oh,
So we hope there are two actually. So you have written a few books and you have translated a few. So I thought this would be.
Oh, yeah. Great. Thank you.
I hope you would read it and do let me know the review, your review of it. How do you see things?
Great. Thank you so much.
Lovely. So we have covered a lot. What's one thing that you would like to tell our audience who would be going through some mental health challenges or who are, feeling like giving up? You have seen a lot, you have faced a lot, but you still took control of your life. What's one mantra or what's one thing that you would like to tell them?
There's this book, I think, Tough Times Don't Last, but Tough People Do, or some other book. So you open it, the first line is, life is tough.
That's a fact.
The moment you accept it, that life is tough and life is unfair. Like, when something good happens, we never say, why me? So when something bad happens, then why do we complain, why me? So I think we all, the moment you understand these two things, that life will be tough and life is not fair, you will start, and I'm not saying you start taking any kind of bullshit and start taking any kind of abuse or toxic behavior from anyone, but accept it that life will be tough, but also you will be able to get through.
अमेजिंग आई थिंक वी हैव लर्नड अ लॉट टुडे मैम का एकेडमिक्स में जितना इंटरेस्ट है उतना ही और भी बहुत सारी चीज़ों में जैसे आपने बताया शी हैज रिटन लॉट ऑफ बुक्स और अभी भी हमने उन्हें बुक ही गिफ्ट किया है होप यू वुड रीड इट एंड यू नो लाइक इट बट वी हैव लर्नड दैट destiny would play its role but you have to not give up and take charge of what you can take charge of, right? Plan things out previously, things will happen but again not giving up, right? हर चीज़ को प्रॉपरली मैनेज करके चलना. शी इज़ एन आर्किटेक्ट और उन्होंने वो अपनी पर्सनल लाइफ में भी अप्लाई किया है. प्लानिंग एवरीथिंग बिफोर हैंड नाइसली. चीज़ें अकॉर्डिंगली नहीं हुई बट देन ऑल्सो राइट उसी पाथ पर चलते जाना. समहाउ life took a full circle. She did what he had to do. She was courageous. She took brave steps. And I think इस पूरे पॉडकास्ट में इतनी सारे होलसम मोमेंट्स थे बिकॉज बीइंग अ साइकोलॉजी स्टूडेंट आपने वो सब सुना होता है बट जब उसमें एक्सपीरियंस जुड़ जाता है ना तो इट्स अ डिफरेंट थिंग ऑल टुगेदर. आज बहुत बार मैं ऐसे हो गई थी 2 मिनट के लिए कि ओ या आई मीन यू नो यू कुड थिंक ऑफ इट दैट वे ऑल्सो. वो बेसिक गवर्नमेंट जॉब वाली चीज़ अगेन कि हमने कभी उसको ऐसे नहीं सोचा. There are a lot of perspective to it that we can add on to, and again knowledge advocacy skill is very important than taking a stand for yourself. So I hope you liked it a lot and we will be back again in the next episode of Mentally Yours presented by Mahfoos by Simran. Till then, take care of your mental health the way you take care of your physical health.